You want soda?
Dan, crawl under the table and go get the soda.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Oh, I'm going to look over here now. Welcome to episode 189 of the Sensible Sociopath podcast. It's motherfucking Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Sorry.
That's
Yay.
Does that make you gay?
yes.
Sorry.
Christmas does. We're all feeling very gay right now.
Exactly. And Mary. Hi. So we're live on YouTube. If you are joining us and for the first time, please know that you can chat with us because we are indeed live, unless it is the future. And then I hope AI is treating us well. We are also, you can shoot that share out, you can leave a comment, you can subscribe to our channel. But yeah, chat with us right now. That's the most important part because we love you guys to weigh in on the convo, as they say in the biz. So to my left, unless it's reversed on camera, nope, it's fine. To my left, Superfan Dan.
Hey guys, Merry Christmas.
He's our elf.
Yes,
Yes.
this happens.
And he is not on a shelf because he falls off of things and tears his ACLs off.
Yep, yep. Not just tore it off.
Right off. In the producer's booth, we have the lovely Roma Romerica Rifkin
Hi,
on
guys.
the ones and twos, as
Hello.
they say. She's master of all things tech.
Yeah, which is I'm trying to figure out right now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We're having some technical difficulties, so
Never. Not this program.
Nope.
No.
Not ever. And then our lovely guest that we haven't had for, God, maybe a year or so.
I
Probably
think
just
it was
about.
close to last Christmas.
Yeah,
when
I
think
you were
so.
last
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Brother Joe, our friend and actually a pretty funny guy.
Hello, brother Joe.
Yeah,
Hello
yeah.
there.
My younger brother.
Hello.
He's the fat one. He's the unhealthy brother.
Yeah.
All right. I wish I would have grown a mustache, guys. At least an attempt, if I would have known.
There's some there.
It's there.
well,
There's a little bit. Yeah, something.
We've already had this discussion about your facial hair, Steve.
Yeah.
We already know that
how envious it is.
it's just, it's so glorious that it doesn't even look like it's there.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
thought Sam Elliott was sitting next to you. I bet.
Yeah.
I like to just fear the mustache
Exactly. Thank you.
and respect it.
So today's our Christmas episode. We do have some plans for the holidays. I have some gifts.
Oh.
Brother Joe, I hate to ask you this, but Dan's a gimp, and would you be able to go get the soda out of the little fridge?
Sody pop. Yeah.
Yes, and
There's
the
a-
metal cups that are
there's
in
a
the
little
washer.
fridge?
Yeah,
There's a little fridge and a big fridge.
yeah. The
Okay.
little fridge is next, is like right there.
Okay.
The
Yes.
little fridge is next to the
And you said the little
dishwasher.
cups too.
Two full bottles
Okay.
and silver cups.
Silver cups.
They're made of steel.
Not just one
Steel.
bottle, but
Yes.
get the both.
Yes. So, I have some. Oh, Roma, first of all, I was doing some sleuthing through the garbage
okay.
after our episode last week. Do you recall what our episode was about last week?
Oh, the Canada episode.
Either
No, it
one's
wasn't.
fine.
That wasn't last week.
It wasn't?
We did the Kit Kat thing, but no, last week we
Oh.
talked about what did we talk about last week?
That's no, you're right.
Eggs, legs, and other things.
Yes, exactly. Yes, thank you, sir. So there was
We talked
we-
about memories.
we ate the Kit Kats, right?
Yes.
The old and the new ones.
Yes.
And the Canadian ones and the American ones.
Yes.
And so I was looking.
Hold on one second. I want to ask everybody, how's the sound? Because I'm having a really hard time trying
However
to
it
get.
sounds to you should sound, or
What do you mean there, Roma?
I want to know how everybody sounds. Is anybody quiet? Is anybody extra loud? That's what I want to know. So,
I
anyways,
sound good.
continue.
or
I'm talking to the audience.
okay.
Huh?
So the chocolate in the Canadian Kit Kats is Nestle.
Okay.
While the chocolate in the American one is Hershey's.
Interesting.
Oh,
Yes.
So which one's better?
That's a good question, Joe. We decided that the
Nestle.
Nestle was better. Yes. I made a joke today because I have been in the Nestle building in Arlington, Virginia.
Okay.
And I was telling someone, I'm like, they have hot chocolate everywhere. I'm like, it's coming out of the water fountains. It's in the toilets. Hopefully it's in the toilet. Otherwise, I was drinking diarrhea, Joe.
That's yeah.
That would be
Joe was-
awkward.
Joe was
That'd be
cracking
bad.
up.
That'd be really bad.
Joe was cracking up in his eyes. His eyes were
He's
laughing.
laughing behind his eyes.
Yes, the regular Kit Kats come from the Hershey's. And so one of the things I wanted to do was do a comparison. Now, you can't find just regular Nestle's chocolate, apparently. So I had to get the crunch. I thought that would be the least biased.
So here's the thing, though.
Mhm.
I feel like our Nestle's is going to be different than Canada's Nestle. Canada's
Maybe.
Nestle. Well, we can try. We should
Or
try.
you could just ruin this whole bit, Roma.
Well,
That's the caveat at the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't. Don't sue us over this
Yeah. No,
Caveat.
initial.
they
Isn't that expensive?
Yeah,
All right.
quite.
Oh,
take
okay.
a little bit, a
Take-
bit
taking
of
a
the
bit.
chocolate.
Taking a bit of the chocolate.
Yeah.
okay, while we're doing
Take a
this,
bit
we're
and
going to
throw it
say
around.
hi to Margot, Hunter, Trevin,
Ooh.
Steph.
Hey!
Merry Christmas to you all.
And to all a good Merry Christmas.
Yes. Joe, did you just eat yours?
It's right here.
Oh, okay.
I didn't. Of course not.
He didn't. He's fast.
All right. Yeah, there you go.
So apparently,
We sound great.
they said we sound fine.
Good.
No, our dad apparently would have said Hershey's was better.
Of course.
Well,
Was that just to spite you guys?
Yeah.
probably.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
From beyond
boy.
the grave.
Hershey's, Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Well,
But he also said that generic always tasted better than name
Yeah.
brand because it was cheaper.
'Cause it was cheap.
Yeah. So.
Well, it would
you
say it
could
was the same
taste
thing.
The savings.
yeah. That's very funny.
I actually got you to laugh.
You got
Holy
it.
shit.
Holy shit, Dad! Has your injury made you funnier?
I'm guessing so because the rest of me just isn't
Yeah.
working right.
Dan's getting old and
He's got to
funny.
overcompensate.
Exactly.
Oh,
I
my
actually-
whole life.
I actually got speaking of overcompensation, I was watching a show the other day. It was based on sound
Mhm.
and just, I don't know, sound in general. And
What a fascinating show.
it was kind of fascinating. But one of the things they were talking about, there was a guy, he became blind as a child, was born with sight, became blind, and now he uses clicks
Mhm.
to like sonar.
Yeah.
Mhm, and
Echolocation.
Yeah, echolocation. And he
Yeah.
actually teaches other blind people how to use it. But he went to a park and he can ride a bicycle with the clicks.
I think I saw that.
Yeah. And he went to a park and he like sketched out the layout of the park. And even like he was underneath a like a, I don't know, some type of covering, like a and it-
Awning or something.
awning. Yeah. And it had
Gazebo.
Yeah, like a gazebo.
Uh-huh.
And had like a slatted top. And he could tell that there were slats in it. Like
That's
it was
awesome.
really cool.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Sounds more like a pergola.
I think I have seen that because didn't they showed him riding the bike by like a loading dock and shit?
He
I
was
think?
riding in and out of
And some bitch is like, you could fall into a hole or something.
I didn't see that. No.
It might. I don't know. Could have been at a different show. I
don't know
I
that-
watch lots of sound shows.
I did hear.
It was a
apparently
science show.
It's science.
They were saying that when they put people who can't see into special programs because they can't see, it actually doesn't allow them to develop those skills that like she mentioned with
Really?
those. Yeah. So if we would leave them alone and let them find their way in the world better,
Yeah.
they actually would be more capable.
Struggle talent.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
That's why Dan's getting funnier.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, clearly.
He has to survive.
You know, it's
Cracking some jokes at the office now.
Oh, you
100
best
episodes
believe.
in, finally.
Yeah,
God
right.
damn it, Dad. All right,
Oh,
let's eat some
jeez.
goddamn chocolate, shall
Okay,
we?
what are we running
I'm gonna
first?
do Hershey's first because I think
Hershey-
the Hershey's the American one.
Right.
So it's kind of the test, the control. Okay. That's very Hershey's. Tastes like Pennsylvania.
I hope Pennsylvania tastes like this.
Yeah.
The,
Intercourse,
the
Pennsylvania.
sidewalks do.
Mhm.
It's not bad.
Yeah, in Philly.
It's decent.
It's almost like has like
I'm an adult and I eat expensive chocolates, so this is like
Oh, geez.
It's
Roma eats
punishment.
the fancy.
I'm the same way, Roma.
Roma's
Mhm.
bougie.
I'm eating that 80% dark
All
chocolate.
right.
same.
We ready for the crackle crunch?
Yep.
Mhm.
Nestle's time.
Tastes Canadian.
I like that better.
I say that Hershey's has more flavor.
The Hershey's is closer to the darker side, I think. Would you agree?
Yes, I see. This does not taste like that Kit Kat tasted to
No.
me.
It
So that Kit Kat chocolate tasted like Cadbury
Mhm.
chocolate.
tastes very American.
Mm,
I will say I feel like the Hershey's almost has a malty kind of element to it that like the Nestle does not.
Ah, it's
Mhm.
the drugs.
We're gonna have to go
Yes.
deeper into this, guys. I mean,
Mhm.
honestly, we're gonna have to get Nestle's Crunch, both sides. You know, because then it's both Nestle. Because we can't get Nestle Kit Kats here, so we need to have Cat send us some Nestle's Crunch bar to see if the Nestle is better than the Nestle in
Oh,
Canada
man.
rather than
Are we
America.
just
Like- it's
are we
like-
going to become the new Canada American chocolate podcast? Is that what
I-
we're on now?
I feel like
It's-
that's the plot to Face Off.
it's very clear.
It is.
I think
It
that's what
is.
you were just describing.
You just figured it out.
I'm
Like-
Castor Troy.
So
Remember
anybody
that?
got a light?
Yeah. So, anyways, I was sleuthing through the trash and I discovered there was a flaw in the system.
Well, it's a good thing you figured out the flaw before Christmas.
Absolutely. Does anyone want any Pepsi Zero?
I would like some.
I want
please.
alcohol.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, then Roma, you are in luck because it's Christmas.
Oh, good.
Yes,
Santa was a drunk.
and he was. Okay, let's do some quick presents then. Joe. Roma,
jeez.
and Dan. Now,
Oh, it's got a black mermaid on it.
yeah, it's
How
inclusive.
progressive.
Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead and open them up because we're getting to something else. So
Okay,
this
are we
is just
all
the
opening these,
predecessor.
or-
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
The
Love you.
Yeah. So hang on just a sec before you deploy it. And actually, it's nice that we have a wide angle.
Oh yeah.
I got the lazy mug, self-stirring lazy mug. All right,
Absolutely, Roma. I think it'll be great for you. So go ahead and open it up. I even
Oh,
put
okay.
batteries in it for you.
cool.
Yeah.
Nice. This coffee cake?
Yeah.
I love coffee cake.
I know. I was like, Joe's gonna love a couple of little cuties and some coffee cake. I stole those from a hotel lobby.
Wait, the coffee cake or the cutie or both?
Cuties.
He's
It's got
like,
a lot
yes.
of fingerprints on it where your
And-
hands.
Yeah, extra greasy at the
Yeah.
time. Yeah. But see the little button on top? There's an impeller in there.
An impeller?
Impeller.
Wow, that is loud. Roma, you only do that when you're alone.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I didn't want to give it to Dan because he put his balls in it and get them all wrapped up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This would definitely tangle some pubes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Dan, please show everyone what I got you.
Okay.
This took me a lot of stops to find.
All right. So
You actually went to a store?
Many.
Wow. What is it?
It's I was hoping you just whip it like
well,
a
I'd
cool
like
guy
to,
would.
but it would be more than I'd hit you in the head.
You don't want Dan whipping stuff
Okay.
out like he's.
It's a carbon fiber cane that
have-
folds up like a blind person. So he's basically like fucking Daredevil now.
Oh
I
my
have
God.
a tactical cane
Yeah.
officially.
And it's actually a cool cane.
That's
I liked it.
awesome.
I wanted to find you one. Like I found one with a horse head on it, but it was one of the ones that you stick drugs in, and there
Uh-huh.
weren't any drugs in it, so I didn't buy it.
Yeah,
Oh.
you don't buy it if there are no
He's on a
drugs.
painkiller though,
Yeah.
probably.
Here, let me try. It's gonna go bad.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, so Dan's not
Almost
almost.
there, and then that's when you start hitting all the ninjas or whoever Daredevil fights.
Or your
an
neighbors
airplane.
upstairs for making too much noise.
I just need to get some doorbells and be able to attach those to things. And me and fucking Eep Man are gonna have a fight.
Hell yeah!
It's gonna be awesome.
I'm
John
more
Wick
Itchy the
4
Killer,
style.
but whatever. That's fine.
It's all John Wick 4 style.
Okay, Roma. Now, okay, Did you have any thoughts on your lazy mug?
Well, I'm excited to use it.
And the cool thing is that when you're holding it in your left hand, everyone just knows you're drinking out of a lazy mug. And it says in giant letters. Okay, Roma. Now
What happened?
Joe's seeing how many tangerines he can fit in his mouth or cuties.
Do
And
not show.
It's 2. I'm impressed.
I
You
really,
could probably fit one more.
I feel like you fit one more. I was gonna say don't choke to death, but it would make for a good show. I think.
Yeah, if I just
It's
die.
okay. I've got something to hit him with if he starts to choke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
Clear
get
his
those out of
airway.
there.
Clear his airway.
I just want to apologize to everybody for the blurry, picture. But if we didn't do that, I feel like this was probably our best bet.
Yeah.
If not, we'd have a lot of
Roma-
cameras processing, and it might have been glitchy.
Well, yeah, or the color on the other one, you would have hated that. This
Well,
color looks great.
Yeah,
Yes.
it does.
It actually,
Yeah,
like
sepia.
a little bit of blur, perfect. Yeah. Okay, now Roma,
Mhm.
you said you wanted some booze.
Yes.
I would check under the table in your producer's bay.
Wow, you trusted me to not look around in here, really.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're not.
I
me,
knew.
So.
Yeah, I knew, Roma. I knew.
Hiding in plain sight.
Is it heavy?
It is.
It's pure
Very heavy.
It
mercury.
means
Well,
expensive.
well,
Put it
well.
back.
All right, Roma. Pick
Pick
one
one.
sleeve of the wine bag.
Okay, Basil.
Basil Hayden.
Basil Hayden.
Yeah,
Let's see. Well, it's Kentucky Straight Bourbon,
that's nice stuff.
Is it?
Yeah.
artfully aged. Yeah, I don't know that I've ever had.
It's good. It's got a little
this.
spice to it. It's a little spicy.
I was
that the
trying
art
to get
part?
ones.
Art,
Yeah, because it said it was
Notes.
artfully aged.
probably.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
artfully aged.
Well-
Notes: sweet brown sugar, black pepper, and charred oak.
Oh,
Okay.
Look
It's
how
good,
fancy
yeah.
this bottle
Yeah,
is.
the bottle's really fancy.
Yeah,
That's
cool.
so so I went to the liquor store,
As one
and-
does.
as one does. And I went up to the teller, the clerk working there. And have you guys ever seen the movie or the show Patches, that Louis C.K. show starring Zach Galifianakis that's on FX?
I mean,
No.
I watched Louis C.K.'s show. I don't think it was called Patches.
This
think it's
one's
called the
produced by
Louis-
Louis C.K. I think it's after he got canceled.
Okay,
He
'cause
made
I
a
was-
show as Zach Galifianakis. As a
Got
star.
it.
And then he came back. It was like, come on, guys. Everybody knows that this is my thing.
Yeah, it's fine. So Zach Galifianakis plays his own twin brother in the
Okay.
show, and his twin brother has this he's Southern, and he has a very silly accent,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
And
He just silly.
and this is exactly the guy that I talked to. I was like, hey, do you know much about whiskey? And he's like, well, no, but I guess I could try. And I'm just like, and I turned around and there's this guy with a beard, and I'm like, do you know anything about whiskey? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna go with this guy.
Yeah.
So I went and
Talk to him.
I think I could try.
yeah,
I don't
but
think
I
you could try to fake knowing things about whiskey.
Exactly. Absolutely. And that's a quote. That's a quote from the guy. And when I turned around, the guy's eyes were all big with the beard. And so anyways, we ended up I wanted to go to the little bottles and like get an assortment.
So you could try different things.
Yeah. And so he's like pointing out the stuff and blah blah blah. So one of the funny things I said to the guy is I was like, after he helped me like pick out some ones, I was like, hey, I'd invite you to come along, but and that was it.
Yes. Did
Yeah.
you just kind of nod?
Yeah, exactly. Like we had this he's like, yeah,
I
I
know,
get it.
yeah.
Yeah. Like I'd invite you,
Respect that guy.
but so I ended up getting a few bottles, and then I went up to the guy and I said, where's your accent from? Because I'm like, you are a silly man. And
He's the big old silly goose.
he's like, well, why don't you guess? And I'm like, I was gonna guess Alabama, but I was thinking Tennessee, and I was like, if he's from Tennessee, he's gonna be pissed that I didn't guess he's from Tennessee because they got that like this pride thing. It's kind of like Texans.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, if you've met someone from
Yeah.
Tennessee. They're lovely people, but
I have, yeah.
they got Tennessee pride.
Yeah, Tennessee-
Nashville pride.
Yeah,
you know?
Tennessee's their own.
Aren't they the
creature.
Corn Huskers?
No.
Nebraska. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
See?
they're-
This is why I don't pay attention.
and
Yeah, I don't think they have corn in Tennessee.
Well,
they
they
got
got-
hollers.
hollers.
Yeah.
What's a holler?
It's like a valley. It's,
Oh, really?
It's like like You know,
Tennessee holler.
well, the hicks up in the hollers. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't know.
I've heard the word.
That's
Yeah.
that's very
I've
very,
never heard that.
You've never heard of a holler.
Mhm.
You don't know a
no.
holler.
Mhm.
I think they also use it as like a measurement, like
he down there a couple hollers.
yeah, down in the holler, or like I don't know, it's a thing. But
Yeah.
but specifically, it's like I think it's like a valley. It's between mountains. I
Yeah.
think it's
like a
it's
fathom.
backwoods. It's like backwoods hollers
20,000
where
howlers.
it's where they would do like put their distilleries and stuff. And
yeah.
yeah,
It's very shut up and give me murder, Roma.
maybe depends
so-
on the murder.
Well, no,
So-
it's from one of the ones we were listening to.
So I said Tennessee,
Okay.
and he's like, close, Alabama. And I was like, fuck. I was like, I was going to say Alabama, but you pricks from Tennessee are too. You know, that's what I was thinking. But yeah. Anyways, and then I got followed by a guy to the stinker station where I got my chocolates. And it was interesting because he was just in the liquor store and then he was buying 24s of Mickey's.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds like alcoholism.
Yeah. And he was giving me advice on booze as well. So I'm glad I
Uh,
didn't take his advice.
Yeah, if you're buying Mickey's, gross.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nick says, "Hey, missed you guys."
Nick.
Margot says she's heard of a holler. She feels like it's slang for hollow. Yes, I think
Oh.
it is some like
Yeah. Like Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah,
yes,
Sleepy Holler.
Sleepy
Holler.
Holler.
We don't deal
not
with
not
them,
holler.
We don't.
Make you go nut.
Okay, so am I gonna see what else is in here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Number 2.
Knob Creek, Kentucky Straight Bourbon,
Nice.
aged 9 years. That's yeah.
Always a good choice.
Do you guys ever drink rye whiskey?
That's my thing.
That's
That's
sometimes.
my preferred. is
I've
rye.
had rye, but I've never gotten into it.
Okay. I because there were some options for rye, like they had Bullet Rye and Knob Creek Rye, and,
Yeah.
and I was like, I
some
don't know.
people love it, some people don't love it. But
I-
I'm. Go ahead.
I like it more. I think it has a little more flavor, a
It
little more
does.
bite, and then also it's not quite as sweet.
Okay.
What I at least in my experience. So.
Yeah.
And I kind of like the sweetness of the whiskey. Like I didn't appreciate that at first when I first started drinking it.
Mhm.
You know, probably because I was drinking shit whiskey or whatever.
Mhm.
But when you guys, you know, when I tried this stuff and kind of
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people are like, "Oh, it all tastes the same to me." I'm like, "Yeah, but no. If you're consistently trying different things, you will start to pick stuff out, and you're like, oh, even if you don't know what it is, you know whether or not you like it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I
Yeah.
prefer that over the last thing that I drank, and like that's that's a good start.
like Kit Kats.
I'm by no means an expert, but I definitely know when I like something versus something that I'm like, What was that one thing that we had? Peerless. Ugh, gross.
I was gonna say early
Oh,
times.
No.
wasn't that one of the ones that you just recently brought?
That mini bottle, yeah,
Yeah.
gross.
Wasn't that a gift, Roma?
It was a re-gifted gift. Yes.
Roma's shitty about gifts
Apparently,
on
they didn't
podcasts.
like it either.
Yeah. Well, let's see if Roma's gonna be shitty now.
No, I regifted it. It was gifted to me, and I regifted it to you because I thought, oh, we'll drink it together, and then I drank it, and I was like, this
I'm
is
so glad I regifted that.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Roma, go for the next one.
all right. What is this? Stranahan's
Oh, yeah.
single malt whiskey. Rocket. I have not had this, but it looks really interesting. One thing I love about whiskeys is the bottles. I mean, some of them are just like works of art, and it's just so fun to look at. I mean, especially this Basil Hayden.
Yeah.
It's so cool. It's got like this metal
Yeah.
belt around it with
Yeah.
the BH, and it's just so cool.
Yeah, the Stranahan's distillery is not too far from me.
It's in Denver. I
Yeah,
saw that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
so I was just gonna say it's really cool because it comes with this like tumbler shot glassy thing.
Mhm.
Yeah,
See, Roma, I even started it for you. That's how thoughtful I am.
You are thoughtful.
Yeah. That's a cool bottle.
Yeah, this is a cool bottle.
Awesome.
pretty good. It's pretty good too.
Yeah.
We'll have to try it.
And then the last one.
All right.
And you know what's
Oh,
funny?
geez, there's more.
I almost
wait.
got the Elijah, what is it?
Elijah Craig.
I almost got that. And then I was like, I'm pretty sure I've seen you guys
Woodford Reserve. So this is really popular. This is actually one of Sarah's favorites. I prefer the what's that one we drink all the time?
McKenna?
No.
Maker's Mark.
Yes, I
Okay.
prefer Makers over it.
Okay.
But really good.
Yeah, and I thought it would
That's a good bottle.
bolster the collection here.
Those are all awesome choices. I would
and-
drink all
and
those.
the
Oh
funny-
yeah,
Yeah.
totally, 100%. No, these are all awesome choices,
Good.
and definitely like anybody would be happy to drink these. But it always comes down to personal preference. But it's cool to have these little bottles here that we can
Yeah.
do tasters of.
Yes, that's what I
I'm
was
excited
thinking.
about it. Yeah.
And the two skinny bottles, the wine looking bottles ones, the
Yes.
Stranahan and the whatever that one
Yeah,
is.
and the Basil Hayden.
I had a feeling you guys probably hadn't tried those, so I was happy to.
I don't think I have tried. So, I used to sell alcohol. So, of course, all these look familiar. But,
Mhm.
so I'm going in my head, I'm like, have I actually drank this or have I just sold this a bunch? And the Basil Hayden, I don't think I have ever tried it. I know I haven't tried the Stranahans. And I have had Knob Creek and Woodford Reserve, but I don't know if I've had this Knob Creek 'cause this is the 9 years.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah,
100 proof, the small batch.
and these were about the same price as a fifth was, and so I was assuming they were better quality, than kind of the regular.
No, these are all really
stuff.
nice.
They're all nice bottles.
And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I had thought something nice for the show for today would be to bring some myself. So, we are
Holy
stocked.
hell.
Just get
Oh,
super
yeah, no.
fucking drunk.
We got our regular stock of when we can't decide what else, and it's not any Maker's Mark. I brought McKenna, and
Yeah,
I think
and then-
Elijah Craig. I think that's what I got.
I also got the big bottle of Maker's Mark too. So
Oh, yeah,
so,
we are
That was
set.
like last week though.
That's
but-
gonna be
It's
amazing.
a fucked up New
Yeah.
Year's.
Aaron says Ayo, and Jamie says
Ayo!
Ayo.
Hey, you.
Ayo.
Yeah, Aro and Jawar. Cool.
Oh,
Awesome.
she's Jawar now.
Thanks for coming on down. Merry Christmas to you all. Happy Hanukkah and adequate Kwanzaa.
Yeah,
Sure.
adequate
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely adequate
Yes.
Kwanzaa.
Well, thanks for stocking our bar.
Yeah. So we can try whatever you guys want. I'm
let's
happy
try one.
to-
Let's do the Stranahans.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Hey Joe.
You're on it this time.
Oh, this is cool too. The
Mm.
Rocky Mountains.
Ba-down, down, 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 ba-down, down, down,
You're a
down,
bowl
down,
of
down,
ice.
down, down,
Willing to
sacrifice our loves.
down, down, down,
My drink, it gets warm, you cool it down.
So nice. wow, this
Hey, we were
Perfect.
wondering when the music
Wow.
episode was going to happen.
Yeah.
Wow, guys.
I did
That
that
was
all.
pretty good.
I did all that while
Yeah.
eating a cutie as
Yeah,
well. Just so
exactly.
you guys know.
That's how talented Joe
Did you
is.
get Did you get him oranges for Christmas?
Hell
Christmas
yeah.
oranges? It used to be a thing.
It's
Really?
the one with
Yeah.
the wolf on it.
You're supposed to-
Oranges.
Oh,
Oranges used to be a
Yes.
Christmas thing because they
Because you put them in a sock and you beat your children with them.
He had them sweet Balancy oranges. Doesn't leave a bruise, and it lets him know who's boss.
no, I think it had something to do with it was kind of a
Vitamin C.
rickets. Yeah.
well,
Scurvy.
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know that they knew that it got rid of scurvy or rickets, but
Roma, do you want
Scurvy
ice in
would
your
be
glass,
right,
Roma?
Yes, she does.
yes, I do, please. Oh, here, I'll hand this over.
Hand it over.
Well, and one of the things I was going to say is when you said got Joe the oranges.
Yeah.
I don't know if people know this, but they opened an In-N-Out burger
Mm-hmm.
here in Boise.
Yeah, you got to wait a whole day shift to be able to get into there.
I literally went there and
Uh-huh.
I was going to get burgers for the show. And
I heard the wait's like 9 hours.
when I got there were security guards and there were cones and there were
Yep.
lines and honestly they had these coned off things like literally the Village is this huge shopping complex and it
That
was
sounded cool.
all the way
That was purposeful.
it was
ASMR.
I mean I asked the security guards. I got a parking spot right up front too. And then I turned around and literally it was just, I mean,
I've watched aerial views of it. People are flying drones over. I heard that the wait's 9 hours.
they said 2.
Okay. Well, when
Yeah.
the day that it opened, I heard it was
Oh,
9.
the day it opened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a full shift.
Yeah. So anyways, I attempted to go get, to go get burgers for us, but I was like, they were like, it's 2 hours. And I was just like, I can't waste I've got to find Dana Kane,
Yeah.
That fucking Dan.
Yeah. I had
Fuck
guys at
that
pawn
guy.
shops calling people and stuff. They're trying to,
That's awesome.
yeah. I was like, I need a graphite cane that deploys like Daredevil.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I even bought ice
Nice.
You did.
because I didn't know how much ice we would need.
Cheers, y'all.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Clink, clink, clink,
fucking
clink.
Christmas. Romo, give me one over here. I got you.
Clink.
That was a transitive property of
Yes.
cheersing.
Yep.
All right,
That was
I'm
like
excited.
that was like the blood of Christ kind of thing. It's
Yes.
Oh, that's
actually,
nice.
I like it.
Nice.
It almost tastes, I feel like it's almost kind of like coffee or something. Like it's got a little roasted,
It's way
smoky.
different.
yeah, it's nice. It's like really smooth on the front, and it's got some bite on the back. It's like
Yeah, it's that bite right in the back. Everybody likes a little bite in the back.
I actually really like it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I swear to God, when after you like swallow and it kind of you
Label
feel it
say
on your
too.
tongue, I'm getting hints of coffee. Let's see. Steph said the shrooms are kicking in.
Nice.
hell yeah.
Yeah, very Merry Christmas there, Steph.
Hunter says Chad and I was also there just to see how many people were there. 3 parking lots taken. Idaho Highway District was out to handle the traffic. Was told 4-hour wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna wait until next year.
My boyfriend and I said we'd wait 6 months and try then.
Yeah.
I wish they were open later because if they were open till like 4, if they were open
Yeah.
around 4, that would be the time to go.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well,
Because you want to go after people are home from the bars, but
Mhm.
before people start waking up.
For work,
Yeah.
for their work burgers,
Work burgers.
their workers. Actually, you know what? One of the things that really pissed me off about COVID, aside from all the people dying, whatever, was that all the places that stopped being open 24 hours and they stopped opening early and they stopped, like everywhere just used it as an excuse to never fucking.
oh yeah,
know,
Walmart's not
be-
24 hours anymore.
No, it's 8 p.m. 8 p.m. They're
11
closing
at
the doors.
latest.
I mean, that does suck, but at the same time, it's like if you're working there, it's way better for you to not have to be there.
I don't
Well,
care about the people there.
Plus, all
That's not necessarily true though, because there's like, so I work at a 24-hour job, and the people that work night shift, they want to work night shift. They make more money, and they also,
Yeah.
for whatever reason, they get better schedules, and it's better for their family for whatever reason. Like
Yeah.
those people, like that's
'Cause they're
ideal for
not
them,
there.
They
I
don't have
mean-
to take daycare because then their kids just raise themselves while they sleep.
pretty much.
I did graveyard shifts, and it was awful.
Well, yeah.
It was terrible. I would
Well,
never
but
want to do
you're-
that again.
You're a musician and an artist. You people
No,
can't.
le-
You people can't be judged on work, on schedules and shit.
I'm just saying it was rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's not rough. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, I know that the people at my work that work the night shift, not everyone, but I would say most of them are like, oh, yeah, I love my schedule. I wouldn't want to work during the day. I
Mm.
wouldn't want to work. It just works for them. It works for their life. So,
Well, And I think stores and fast food, like when Walmart was open all night, it was nice because like I could go there at 11 p.m.
Yeah.
and shop for my groceries, like, and I didn't or whatever, like, and
Go
I could
at
get
1.
car stuff
there was
that wasn't
fucking
like
nobody.
Winco,
There
But
was
also-
nobody.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do agree with that, but
and
also
sluts in bathing suits. I mean, not bathing suits. Moo-moos. What's the
It's a moo
Garfield?
Yeah, it's a moo.
I hate
Onesie?
Mondays. I hate Mondays.
Mondays.
Yeah, yeah,
Mondays.
I hate lasagna.
yeah.
You
No,
know, my
wait, I
dog-
love lasagna.
my dog's
Caramel.
my dog's original name when I adopted him, his name was Mundy. And I'm
Why?
like, your name will not be Mundy.
Wow.
Also, one last thing on the places staying open
Mm-hmm.
late. If it was profitable, they'd stay open late.
I think it was more to do with workers. I think that they couldn't.
Nah, dude. Well, okay, maybe you're right.
Yeah.
I don't think so. but
I think like inflation and like all the, people just weren't going to work for the price that they could afford to pay them. Like I think it was a whole complex thing. But places are being opened again. So like a taco joint is now open, and it was drive-through open only, but now you can actually go in and like refill your soda,
Is it
which
good?
is awesome. Yeah, it's all right. But it's an option. It's
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
option
Right.
because you basically had Jack in the Box, and that was it. All the 24-hour McDonald's. It's like, oh, it'd be cool to go get a Big Mac at 4 a.m. if I wanted.
they don't exist anymore.
I think there might be one.
They do, but like only a couple of days a week now.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
And-
like
and yeah.
Thursday through Saturday.
I went to one, and it was like it didn't open till like 4:30 or something like that. So it wasn't even like open for breakfast. It's just like for some reason they arbitrarily opened because anyways.
We close at 2 and we open back up at 4.
Yeah. But they've started expanding some hours. So Carl's Jr., when we said their breakfast burger or whatever, they have a breakfast burger.
Oh, that's
And
funny.
I
And
went
it's
and got
amazing.
one. Yeah, it's good.
I
Yeah,
love
hash
it.
browns on it.
It's the best breakfast sandwich I've ever had. in my
Got your,
opinion.
Wow.
your folded egg and your burger patty.
Is it a burger? It's a burger patty. It's not
Yeah,
sausage
no,
patty.
it's
a burger.
It's a
patty.
burger patty
I
with
respect that.
Legit.
bacon, ketchup,
Yeah.
Yeah,
egg,
steak and eggs.
cheese, and
Yeah.
little hash rounds on it.
Damn,
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
Salisbury steak and eggs, kind of. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, but good.
Carl's Jr. man. Carl's Jr. has some good ass burgers.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
sit in that like
Oh,
that middle zone where they're like not quite like a fancy burger,
Mhm.
but they're not like a cheap burger either. Oh,
It's
man.
it's about their spicy chicken sandwich.
and I like how their guacamole tastes like armpits. I like that.
Me too.
Yeah, a lot of cumin in it.
A lot of cumin.
Yep. Well, and actually, you know what the funny thing is that I went to In-N-Out, and then and I'm like sitting there, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get myself a double cheeseburger, probably 2, and then I'm gonna get like 8 cheeseburgers for the rest of us, and I'm coming up with all these plans, mouth watering and shit, and then I show up, and the security lady with no teeth is like, a total bummer. And so then I leave and I go to a little like burger shop, like drive-in place that I thought was good. Like in the past I've eaten there. And I went and ate there and I was like, this tastes like a George Foreman grill burger. Like
Oh.
it sucks so bad. I was like, it tastes like it's been steamed.
Oh,
Steamed
man.
hams.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So
that breaks my heart.
yeah. Anyway.
Well, you get an A for effort.
yeah. I felt good about the day,
It's like a hero's journey in a way. If you think about it, kind of like Odysseic.
Yeah, really. I
Yeah.
mean, there was a real arc to it. The siren song was in and out.
Yeah, the lady with no teeth.
She was she was the Cyclops.
You almost crashed upon the rocks when until you saw her.
Exactly.
had
Oh,
to fight
very
against
interesting.
Scylla and Charybdis to get to the new
Yeah.
burger joint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like the Odyssey
Yeah.
or the Iliad.
Yeah, I was watching it was like drone footage of
Mhm.
the In-N-Out, and like I saw the cones and like
Mhm.
the winding line and stuff, and but you could see the In-N-Out employees like walking in and out of the place, and like in yeah.
I can't believe you just said that, Roman. I'm really mad at you.
Yeah.
They're wearing all white with their little In-N-Out
Their little
hats on,
burger
and
hats?
it was cute.
Yeah.
It was cute.
Well, and you know what I was thinking? I was actually Joe, this is how thoughtful I am to people that work shifts.
Please explain it to me. How thoughtful you are, Steven.
I was thinking to myself, I hope that those In-N-Out people like bring burgers out to the people that are working security. Because like how shitty would that be to work your whole shift sitting there watching people walk away with burgers and like just smelling them being cooked? Because like you could smell it in the air. And then you have to go like
That's the
to
kind
your
of
car to eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you know?
I mean, you might get they might get a discount, or they might get a shift meal, maybe.
I might get a shift
They're
meal. I
like,
bet
no,
you they
you
get-
go. Hey, you got half an hour. You can stand in line.
That probably doesn't happen. Yeah, there's probably some sort of
Well, I think
consideration made for the security.
In-N-Out and what's the chicken place? Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Those are the two places that I feel like would be cool like that.
Yeah. I would hope so. I mean, like, as the manager of the place, I would absolutely be like, you guys need to make them some burgers. Like, they're fucking out there dealing with this pandemonium that we're dealing with in here. Throw 4 extra burgers on the grill, you
Dude,
know?
I tell you what, it is a brave person who decides that they want to work at In-N-Out
Mhm.
on opening day.
Yeah.
Like, there's no fucking way. You're like, oh, we've never done this before, and now we're doing it balls to the wall.
Well, one of the things that I had always understood about In-N-Out was they actually pay their employees
Really well.
quite fucking well.
Yeah.
They, like, have them go through classes about how to make an In-N-Out burger. I was told by Sarah once upon a time it was Burger College,
Burger College. Hell yeah.
and they got paid like really fucking well to just work at In-N-Out. So
That makes sense, though. Pay people if you want to
Yeah.
keep them around and you want to do a good
no,
job. Give them
it's-
some money.
You're
Sure.
slinging burgers
Yeah.
and home style fries. It's just burgers, fries, and shakes. That's
Yeah.
like all they fucking do, and I respect that.
And if it tastes good, people will show up.
Yeah. And,
Well, it's
or
such a-
if it's cheap and convenient.
I finally had In-N-Out that was actually like good for the first time, like 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, I ate every time before I was like, this is so mid. I'm like, this is like, it's okay, it's whatever, it's not that
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
I finally had one where I was like, oh, okay, I can see why people come here.
Yeah.
I get it now.
What? And this was Denver.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Do they have multiples there?
There
or?
are multiples. This one was closer to like, it was outside of Denver. This one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that like closer to Colorado Springs?
Not that far. It was more like Lakewood. It's like like
okay.
west of
Oh,
Denver
okay.
a little bit. So
Yeah.
Every time I've had it, it's been really good. I mean, it's not like change your life good, but it's an enjoyable
Yeah.
experience. It's a good burger. It tastes fresh.
Mhm.
You can kind of feel the love in it. I don't know. Like you could tell that the people that are there, or at least the company itself,
Mhm.
gives a shit and is like, it's not just like a bunch of cracked out McDonald's workers. Like these, it's like it's just got
Yeah.
this wholesome vibe and like
it's got
they're
a classic vibe to it. as well.
yeah, it's kind of like. And every time I've had it, I'm like,
I think
it's
I think image is important.
if I don't know that everything they're all like dressed in white and it's
Mhm.
just very like pristine and everybody's really polite and they've got little Bible verses on their freaking
Oh, really?
yeah.
I-
So
I-
they're Christian. They're a Christian and so is Chick-fil-A, and guess what? They're super popular and they make really good
They
food.
do it right.
Yeah.
It's a historic burger experience.
I call that the amount of give a fuck that people put in their food definitely adds to an ingredient
Yeah.
is the give a fuck that
But
they
it's-
put in it.
It's the whole thing.
Yeah,
I mean, because
it's the whole package.
It's the marketing. It's the exclusivity of it.
Mhm.
There's so much that goes into it. It's I don't know. And actually Caldwell, Idaho, apparently the small town, had
so
the
small
first
anymore.
In-N-Out, I believe. And then they had to break off. I think they call it like Gems Drive-In now or something.
Oh,
Wait, that was the first one ever?
It was like part of the originals, and then like kind of like how Los Betos has like a bunch
Yeah,
of like
yeah,
half
they-
Los Betoses.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Is
Huh.
like they broke off, and so they had to like change their name, but it was like part of the same thing. And
Interesting.
and it was good when I ate there, but there was no like. Oh, and that's what I wanted to ask is how long is like the wait? How long's the line? Like,
Well, so I've been to ones that had opened like recently.
uh-huh.
It was long as hell.
Okay,
And then I've been there, like when I went, I really didn't have to wait.
okay,
So it's like definitely the hubbub has died down a bit.
yeah,
I was when I first tried it a couple few times, it was so busy. I was like, this is overrated.
yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
it was so overhyped.
It's a
Yes.
a value
But-
equation.
But
yeah.
when you can get in there and you're only waiting like 15 minutes to eat,
Yeah.
different story. I'm like, they definitely,
The one in Phoenix was basically we didn't have to wait. I mean, it was definitely busy. The parking lot was full.
They're always busy. I've never been to one. So I've been in LA and I've been in Las Vegas, and
Mhm.
there's lines for sure, like to the
Yeah.
door. But they're fast, they're efficient, and it's always been really good. Not a huge fan of their fries. They've got those really thin, those like really like like fries
shoestringy.
shoestring.
Yeah,
I don't dislike them. They're just not my favorite.
yeah.
They get
They
cold.
cook faster though.
They
That's
cook
what it is.
faster, but they're cold faster.
And they're crispy. And I don't always like a crisp all the way through fry.
I like a very potatoy fry.
I like
Mm-hmm.
like
crispy
some
on
skin
the
I want
outside,
the skin on
mashed
that pig.
potatoes on the
Mhm.
inside.
yeah,
Mhm.
crispy on the outside, mashed potatoes on the inside. That's
Yeah.
perfect, Dan.
Yeah. Well, and I've been saying this for years. I want to drive to Salt Lake City to go get a Shake Shack burger.
I had one recently.
Really?
How was it?
Do tell.
Not really worth it.
Fuck
No.
you, Joe.
I'm so sorry.
Are you
It was-
just going
it
to
was
ruin
okay.
Christmas for me now?
It was okay. It was all right. I had a shake there. It was kind of icy.
Yeah.
I was
Oh.
like, what the hell's going on?
Where did you get this at?
Oh, damn. Where was it at?
What city?
It was in the Midwest somewhere.
All right. I'm going to Salt Lake. for
But
a
I'm
burger.
not saying it's
Yeah.
not. It couldn't be good, but it was just like I was like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
all right.
yeah. Okay.
It's very
So-
mid.
So the way I feel that this whole In-N-Out thing is going to roll out is it's going to end up being a lot like the way that Chick-fil-A does things. They're gonna have like a long line,
Mhm.
but even though the line is long, they're just gonna keep people moving through it like
Sure.
speedy quick
Yeah.
because no matter how long the line is for Chick-fil-A, every time it's like a 10 minutes tops from when you get into the line till you're leaving the building, and you've got your food and it's hot and it's fresh and everybody's friendly, and they just roll you in and roll you out.
I also, one last thing on this topic. I
Okay.
respect a place that has a small menu.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
Just like do 5 things really good,
Yep.
and that's all
Just
I need.
stick to
And
it.
if you don't like the food there, don't go there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But at
Here's
least you
the
know it's
way
going to
it
be
is.
good.
Yeah.
It's going to be good at least.
I want to walk into a place and I don't want to change anything about the thing I order. I want you to give it to me the way the chef intended that to taste. Like that's really it. I'm like, give me the best thing on the menu. And that's what I'll say too when I go to a restaurant is like I'm so sick of servers that don't eat at the restaurants that they work at
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
because or their diet is so limited. They're like, I'm vegan, I don't, and it's like, well, then what are you doing serving people food if you've never tasted any of the food? I can't even ask you for your opinion on
Right.
something. I'm like, they're like, well, everybody likes a turkey bacon ranch.
Do you like
You know? Yeah. No, I don't even care if I just don't want the same old shit that everybody else gets because everybody else is stupid.
right?
Joe, have you ever been to Miners? I think it's in Washington. It's not
No.
Seattle. Okay, it's
Spokane,
so
Tacoma.
when I went to Seattle, Joe, you were telling me about that one place. What was that place that we went to? It was
Jimi Hendrix grave.
no, it was
Oh,
a
I've
burger.
had
food
good
place?
food there.
It was like a drive up burger joint.
Oh,
Drive-in.
Yeah. Wait, I went there?
Well, you had mentioned it.
Oh, yeah. What was it called? I'm going to think about it for a second. I know what you're talking about.
Okay,
I just
so
can't
anyway, so we went there. That was really good. It was just like classic, like drive-in, burger
that.
joint. It was really good.
Yeah.
And then on the way back, so my boyfriend used to play rugby. Well, he went to college up there, and they used to go to rugby games, and afterwards they'd all go to a place called Miners.
Okay.
And they have these burgers. It was slammed. The place was slammed.
MINER.
Yep, like a gold
Okay.
miner.
Okay.
I don't remember what town it was in, but the burgers, I mean, they're as big as your head.
Okay.
They're huge, and
Yeah,
so
if the O was in there, we'd have a real problem.
Yeah, you can't
no,
take
no.
them across state lines.
No.
But so yeah, we went in there and the line was really long. We waited forever. It's a dine in, but also like a takeout. So we were in the takeout line. It took forever, and like I was getting hangry, and they were like, we stood there forever. Like we ordered, and then we're just standing there and standing there and standing there. And then luckily we came in before like I don't know if they were like volleyball players or softball, but a huge troop of girls. We're talking like
Yeah.
20 plus girls. And I'm like, thank God we got them before that. And so anyways, it was taking so long. He was like, I'm going to wait a couple more minutes. I'm going to leave. I'm like, we're not fucking leaving. I want this goddamn burger.
You wanted.
What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
Sorry, I thought it was a different start to that.
No, but that's perfect. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
But anyway, so he's on his way out. We're both hungry. He hadn't eaten yet. We had been driving for, a couple hours or whatever. Anyways, we finally get it. We get in the car. I open it up. It's huge. I mean, like I almost ate the entire thing.
It's exactly what you wanted. It
Yes.
was like opening the Holy Grail.
Yes.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Or sorry, the Ark of the Covenant. You don't open grails.
Yeah, word to the wise: don't mess with Roma when she starts getting hangry.
Dude, yeah, it's
if
not
she
good.
is zoned
I was
on
gonna
what
say-
she wants to eat, do not deviate
Roma
because I've
saying-
seen how that goes very bad, very fast.
Roma saying, "I want a drink." Like that's like level 1.
Yeah, no, and I've seen it to
I
where
want alcohol.
we had plans to get food.
Is this the hot wing story?
Oh yes, because there.
What do you
was-
keep doing to his mic?
I don't know.
I can't. It keeps over modulating. I
It's
can't.
not on my
I'm
end.
terrible. That,
What, me
yeah.
or no?
So-
No,
not me.
Dan. But he keeps.
It's, how loud is your how loud are you to yourself?
Dan
I-
sounds.
I feel like I just dropped out. Like I'm
Yeah.
not even.
He does not
registering.
sound loud enough to me, and I'm watching it, and it's not over modulating.
So, oh, there we go.
Yeah.
But
Are you shorting out there? Is there something wrong with the?
no. We'd definitely be very clear whether or
Yeah.
not I
Turn
was
up
messing with it.
His
So-
channel in the headphones.
What it was is we were going to get wings, and it was height of COVID, and we were in fucking Sun Valley,
Better.
I
and
think so.
apparently you guys didn't know this, but chickens were scarce during COVID because
well,
or at
chicken
least the
wings were scarce.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like they were short on wings.
Yeah, plenty of breasts and legs.
Worldwide,
There weren't any wings.
no wings, wings whatsoever.
It was really fucking annoying.
Bone-in wings,
Mhm.
bone-in wings, not adult chicken nuggets, bone-in wings.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, which I don't fuck with adult chicken nuggets.
So, our friend Kyle was going to order us some food, and
They're going to a burger joint. I'm on keto.
No, we were going to the pizza place.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. We're going to a pizza place. I'm on keto.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, I want hot wings because I don't want to eat. We're going to be drinking all night. I don't want to be
Pizza.
adding pizza on top of that. So he calls them and they're like, oh, we don't have wings. What? I forget what he just said. Like, they don't have wings.
They don't have bone-in wings, so he just canceled the bone-in wings and was just ordering us pizza, and Roma just about ripped
And then
his
he like
head off.
hangs up. And then I was like, yo, motherfucker, like you just got rid of my entire dinner. And like it turned into a thing. But I was starving. We had been out all day. We fucking went fishing. Like it was a whole thing. And I'm like,
You didn't have fish to eat?
You didn't even no, we didn't end up
He
getting
didn't
any.
bring anything back.
I'm like, so this was my one plan for food, and without like conversing with me, like, hey, what's plan B? You just fucking negated the whole thing.
Oh man.
Wasn't happy.
And he had to call back and be like,
no, I called back because
she-
I was like, you don't know what you're doing. Give me this phone.
She got it squared away, and thankfully,
Steph said always bone in.
we did not have a dead friend afterwards, and Roma, feasting
Well,
on wings over his corpse.
Yeah, well, it just goes to show how little he knows about women and how to take care of those situations, because you don't just like take the one thing she wants to eat and be like, oh, it's not an option, and then just fucking order what you want. Like that doesn't work.
That doesn't
No.
really work with human beings in general.
Yeah,
You know?
it wasn't good.
Yeah. That's like taking away night shifts.
People want the night shift. They don't want to sleep at nights.
Exactly.
No.
They
Yeah.
prefer to sleep during
I'm
the
not
day.
saying night
Joe-
shifts are good for you. I'm just saying there's
Yeah.
a certain
Joe
portion
eats-
of the population that wants a night shift.
Joe eats avocado toast. He doesn't think people want bacon. He doesn't think people want not
I-
exercise.
I eat
You know.
bacon like 3 times a week.
Dude, bacon's so good.
Bacon's
Mm.
great.
My boyfriend doesn't like bacon, and it was almost a deal breaker.
Yeah, I'm
He
surprised.
says he
it
doesn't
wasn't.
like
Oh.
the aftertaste, and I said the aftertaste is bacon.
Thank you, Roma. Okay. So, no, he doesn't like the smoky aftertaste of hickory. He needs to get applewood. That's it. But I thought this, you just perfectly transitioned into something I did want to talk about.
Okay.
What? Roma, do you judge people
Yes.
on what they eat and drink? especially like if you're on a date with them, or like you're just getting to know someone, like a first date. Do you judge what they order, and does it like tell you something about them?
Of course.
Not necessarily. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, but
Yeah,
not.
everybody says that, but they're lying. Okay.
I
Yeah,
think
go ahead, Roma.
yes, we all do.
I mean, I notice it, but so here's the thing. If they order something healthy, I think like, oh, they're either A, trying to impress me, or
Mhm.
B, genuinely eat healthy, which like good for you. If they eat something that's not healthy, I think like, damn, I envy the fact that they feel like they can just eat whatever the fuck that they want.
Okay.
And or I'm like, well, maybe it's a special occasion, so they're just gonna get what they want. Like, and so I will notice it, but I won't necessarily judge it right off the bat, because it could be like, oh, this is a special occasion, so it's a one-off thing, or they're eating healthy because they're trying to impress me. Like, you just don't know what
Okay.
the motivations are
That's
behind
true.
it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's-
Especially if it's in a situation where it's just like a first encounter, only like maybe a couple times.
So women
yeah.
almost always eat salads on a first date.
Absolutely.
Yes.
yes.
So like you
And
can't trust that, you
Men,
know?
men, yeah, we
No,
can't do
you
anything
can't
with
trust
that.
Dude, if a girl got a
all.
steak or something on a first date, or a burger,
Yeah.
I'd be like, hell yeah.
Yeah, so that's good feedback you get there. So Roma, I just want to throw a few things out at you,
Yeah.
and you're gonna tell me what your initial thought is. You're on a first date.
'Kay.
The person is completely adequate, but you're just right on the fence. You're like, well,
Sure.
meh, meh, meh. So
You gotta
everything
start-
counts.
Yes,
'kay?
yes.
Everything counts.
Okay.
All right. So the waiter comes up, and they always ask the woman what she wants first. So
As
ma'am,
they
what would
should.
you like to drink? And you're at a bar bistro.
Mhm.
What would you like to drink?
Me
Choc-
personally?
Chocolate milk.
You're on a
Um,
date, Roma.
Well, it depends. Are we drinking,
Yeah,
or are
well,
we
you're-
drinking
you're-
alcohol, or are
You're
we
being-
drinking?
You're on your date.
Well, I'm telling you. So what I would get I would get a soda water with lime,
Mhm.
And then if we're like on a date and we're drinking alcohol, I
Yeah.
would get a whiskey. I would
Okay.
get a whiskey on the rocks.
Perfect. Okay.
Or if it wasn't someplace that had necessarily had like whiskey, I would get. As terrible as it is, I'd probably get a White Claw, which would make me look super basic, but
Yeah.
that's what I would get.
And honestly, basic is such a like. Honestly, I love basic bitches. I think they're way undersold.
Simplicity.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
simplicity. At least
So,
they know what the
do
fuck
not
they
take
want.
that as a negative thing.
I just
basic
don't
bitches.
want the sugar. I like the carbonation,
Yeah.
and
It's,
you know,
it's still refreshing. You get
it's
drunk,
it's
it's still
refreshing.
refreshing.
Yeah, that's
and
why
delicious.
I would get it.
And you know, I judge people who drink LaCroix because I'm like, that doesn't even have booze in it.
Yeah, but
You
it's like LaCroix with booze, which I like. LaCroix,
That's what I'm saying.
so,
There's
yeah.
something there.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you order your seltzer water with lime and your whiskey, and then he orders room temperature water. What do you think? What's your impression?
Well, it would make me feel awkward because I got alcohol.
Okay, fair enough.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so I'm gonna get intoxicated, and you need to be like sober for why?
Perfect.
Like,
This
what's
is-
happening?
This is exactly what I'm asking you.
Yeah,
Yes.
like why do you want to? Do you not drink? If you don't
Yeah.
drink, if you would have told me, I wouldn't have gotten alcohol. But like, I don't
Yeah.
want to be inebriated, and you're
Yeah.
like,
and I
this
don't
is-
want to date someone who doesn't drink.
I'll just pound this real quick so that we'll
Yeah,
just
but-
kill this vibe.
If
Yeah.
you were concerned about that, shouldn't you ask him though? Like, hey, were you getting to get a
Well,
shot?
I
That's
mean,
not what we're doing
But
now.
here's the thing: as a woman,
we're this is a game.
so
all right,
I would have
not a-
asked him. I would have
yeah.
been like, hey, like, you know, are we drinking or?
Yeah.
But as a
And he's like-
woman, if he's gonna stay sober and I'm gonna be inebriated, what are his intentions?
You asked me if we're drinking, Roma.
So what are you getting? Do you want to get like a drink, or do you want to just get some alcohol, or
Roma,
or
just
just
ask me
get
if
like?
we're drinking.
Are we drinking?
Yes. And then I order room temperature water, please.
Yeah,
and then
fucking leave.
you go, oh no, I thought you said we were drinking. I am drinking room temperature water. And then you
So-
walk out of the restaurant.
Yeah, so
Roma,
he-
that's what happens next, okay?
So
Okay.
he's an
Yeah, no.
android, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's totally
I am.
He starts
I am
short
drinking.
circuiting. Yeah.
Asperger's. Yes.
That's
Oh.
that's when you pound your drink real quick and then you call yourself an Uber and get the fuck out of there.
I got asked if I was Elon Musk's younger brother today.
That is
Again,
so weird.
yep,
I mean,
at a pawn shop.
That is amazing. I kind of see it, but I don't. What is it? Like, I don't.
Oh, and then the guys went into this whole tirade about like millennials and Gen Z. I'm like, I'm pretty cool. You know?
You do kind of. You sound South African.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah,
You have
exactly.
a slight. Yeah.
So
I don't have a South
You're-
African accent, so I can't do it.
you're just so you're on the same date, okay?
Yep.
You make your order, and then the guy orders
Room temperature water.
no
Oh,
Roma
sorry.
orders skim milk. What do you think?
Oh, that would be a deal breaker.
Deal breaker?
Yeah.
Okay, all
That's
right.
that's
I do.
definitely worse than warm room temperature water.
He's got milky breath.
It's
It's
skim,
not
too.
even
It's
real
skim.
milk. It's
you
not
guys are
even.
dancing close.
It's
Got
like why
hot-
even
No.
order milk at that point?
Hot
Yeah.
Are you
milky breath.
lactose
It's just-
intolerant?
it's like-
Am I going to
it's-
really regret this
It's
later?
opaque water. No, that would be a deal breaker. I wouldn't trust that at all. I'd be like, "Oh, you're a serial killer. Got it."
Yeah.
I mean, also he's probably like 60 if he's ordering
Yeah.
skim milk.
Oh, speaking of 60, so I was at the thrift store today. You guys are great with segues. I was at the thrift store today, and I was, I'm just looking through pants.
Pants.
Yeah, I had the cane, looking through pants.
That's hilarious.
Was
Was the cane extended?
No, I had it all folded up. I was ready though.
Okay.
Looking around,
You
Um,
young whippersnappers, I swear to God.
So I pulled this pair of pants, and it's faux leather, and they're like sweatpants.
Oh, dear God.
Did you buy them?
No, I didn't.
Okay, story's over.
But I took a picture of them. I took a picture of them and I sent them to a lady friend, and I said, I think I found the new me or whatever,
Yeah.
And I'm a black leather pants kind of guy.
Yeah.
And there was a guy that was about 60, and he comes up over to me, and he because I had him kind of turned on the hanger. And he literally starts like feeling them and asking me about them and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, they're a bold statement, I was like, if you want attention, go ahead,
Yeah.
But I was like, why is a 60-year-old man so into, and then I saw his cart, and he had like leather beadwork shit in there,
I wonder.
all sorts of weirdness.
I wonder
yeah.
if he does resale.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. I mean,
Potentially.
I wonder, or he's gay and he's going out clubbing.
I don't know, but I'll try. See you, silly sailor.
So
So
I can't wait to get on a shore leave.
What about diet ginger ale?
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Better. That's better.
Yeah.
Definitely better than skim milk. That's serial killer stuff.
Yeah.
Diet ginger ale, extra dirty.
Like olive juice in it.
Yeah.
I would try that.
I would try that.
Might actually be pretty good.
Yeah.
Did we just come up with like the Sedsock,
The Sensock
tumbler?
drink,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. What about like something like a mojito?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, mojito's good.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would be fine with that. I would respect a man that was comfortable enough in his masculinity to order a mojito. I would continue to watch for other signs.
Yeah. Okay.
But in general, I'd be like, oh,
I would be on the alert.
yeah.
I would.
yeah.
It would definitely perk my ears up. But I would be like, no, that's cool. Like I like mojitos. Like that's cool that he felt confident enough to order a mojito.
Yeah.
I would think that it was a little odd. Like if a man orders a mixed drink,
Yeah.
and especially if I'm not ordering, if I order a mixed drink and he like follows suit,
Yeah.
cool. But if I order a whiskey on the rocks and he orders a mixed drink, and
Yeah.
mojitos aren't. I wouldn't necessarily.
Yeah.
It's not like a
That's-
cosmopolitan or something.
That's
But like,
coming up, Roma. Let's not expound on
okay,
all these.
okay.
He could
But next-
order a mojito, but if he complains about whether or not the mint was muddled correctly, then you've got a definite answer right there.
Unless he's very particular about alcohol, and which like if he's knowledgeable, then I respect that too.
Quit
so
trying to defend him,
I'm
Roman.
just saying.
If it's a nice place and you order, if it's a nice place, it's an expensive cocktail and it sucks, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
I
lie.
could agree with that.
I'm just
could
like, I
agree with
spent
that.
$15 on this drink and it fucking sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a travesty.
Well, and
Oh, jeez.
and then what about a Shirley Temple, extra maraschinos?
Is he wearing tap dancing shoes or what?
I would
His ringlets are real tight.
if he did it seriously, I would be concerned. If he did it as a joke, I would probably appreciate that joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What if he ordered the Shirley Temple and then tapped his fingertips together like this really quick?
If he was like, if we went to a
triangle.
place and he's like, and there was a Shirley Temple on the menu, and he was like, "Oh my god, I've been a Shirley Temple since I was 7. I'm gonna get one." Just I'd be like, "Okay, cool." And I honestly, I'd probably get one too. But like, if it was just like, "Oh no, it's not on the menu. This is my drink. I get it all the time," I'd be like, what are your parent issues that's going on
Yeah.
right now? Like,
Yeah. What about he's in a full white suit, like a Boys to Men album cover, the
Okay.
Easter album. He orders ribs, extra sauce,
okay, that's
extra
brave.
saucy.
That's bold.
Yeah.
I like that
Yeah,
guy.
Yeah. You think?
All white
Is it-
eating ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
is,
dude.
is it a thumbs up?
That depends on how controlled he is.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, like,
But
eating-
then he treats you like shit every time you get near him because he thinks you're gonna fuck up his suit.
I,
Oh
honestly, anybody who goes out,
Yeah.
anyone who dresses in all white
Yeah.
and goes out of their house, I don't trust.
Yeah. Well, you're like, no, you're gonna get foundation on me. Jesus. Get
Yeah.
away.
Oh,
'cause
100%,
he's eating
yeah.
his fucking ribs. Yeah.
Like,
so ribs aren't good. Like hot wings aren't good. Like
Mhm.
anything you need to like tear off with your teeth,
yeah.
it's just not good because you're gonna get it around your mouth, and then inevitably you're gonna get it in your teeth. And
That's
it's
true.
just corn on the cob. That's not
You're
good.
sucking your teeth the whole day.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're biting you know that they take off their shoe, rip off their toenail, and start using that as a
Oh.
toothpick.
I definitely I've never eaten like hot wings on a first date, but I've eaten hot wings in a newer relationship, and boy, is it awkward.
Really?
Yeah, because
okay.
you're just I don't know. It's
Because you're carnivorous about it.
well, you're like ripping meat off of bones, and
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
getting all over your lips, and then it's like stuck in your teeth, and you don't know like every time you laugh or smile, you don't know if there's like meat shards in between your teeth, and yeah,
Yeah. All right.
it's a little awkward.
Sinew just hanging out.
But once you've been with somebody for 6 months plus, you're like, fuck it, I don't even care anymore.
What if they say, "Oh, yeah, I brought my own food," and they like pull a Ziploc out of their bag? They have a side satchel.
I
Yeah.
couldn't.
they have a
handle
half of
that.
an avocado in a Ziploc bag. They're like, it's just so expensive out here.
Yeah,
I
and
just-
it's all browned.
How many times have you pulled that one, Joe?
never. Not once.
I
We're a truthful podcast.
I
here.
could
Yeah,
not.
So am I. What are you insinuating right now, Dan? Huh?
Okay.
That
Okay,
you've pulled
you know
an
what?
avocado out of a
At least you
Ziploc.
didn't bust out an additional knife to get the core out of the avocado.
That's true. It was I already
He
cored it.
pre-cored it.
I
Yeah.
already cored it.
Okay, we're good. We're good then, Joe. We're good.
I know that there's a level of neuroses there that I can't
Yeah.
handle.
But if
Unless
like-
okay, hold on. If they were like bodybuilding or if they were like I have a show in 2 weeks and like I'd be like okay, that's fine. But like if it's just like no, this is what I do. There's shit going on upstairs that I cannot deal with.
So do you
So,
gotta make sure that everybody knows you got rotten meat in your freezer? Is that what you gotta do? And that the refrigerator's broken?
What if
Mhm.
what if somebody orders just hot water and brings their own tea bag?
Oh, well, that's not too bad, I think.
I'd probably ask them about it. But I could understand like if you're for a man, I think that's really weird. For women, I
Mhm.
feel like it's less weird. I feel like for a man to order hot tea at a restaurant is just weird to begin with. Unless you're at a Chinese restaurant, you're ordering like jasmine tea or green tea.
Mhm.
Well,
Well, he's in a button up and it's buttoned all the way up, but no tie.
Yeah.
And the tea bag.
It's a priest collar.
yeah. I just feel I don't trust a man that's like that intense about his tea that he couldn't drink. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd just be weird.
Couldn't tolerate.
What about somebody who orders? Let's say you're out for like brunch. They order coffee and they're like, "An extra cream, please." Like extra cream,
hmm
and then they don't use almost any of
And then
it.
they put it in their pocket. That's smart. That's just smart.
Yeah, smart.
So I like a lot of cream in my coffee, and when they give you those little tiny,
But they don't let
creamer
you
thing-
have any for your coffee.
right.
You have to order your own. You didn't
But,
ask
like,
for more.
You know when
Fuck
you go
that
to,
guy.
I like about like an inch, maybe like half. It depends on how big the cup is. Like about an inch of cream. Like I like cream in my coffee,
Like a lazy mug.
like a lazy
It's
mug.
350 milliliters,
So
Rama.
if this was filled, I would have it filled with coffee to about
The L,
here.
the top of the L.
No, probably
Room for cream?
about there, and then the rest of it would be cream.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but they give you those little like thimbles
The
of
poppers?
cream.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I've sat there before and I've put like, I don't know, 6 of them in there and people are like, "Are you fucking nuts?" I'm like, "Dude, there's literally nothing in here. This isn't even like a teaspoon. This is like nothing.
Yeah.
I want cream in it. It's supposed to cool it down and like make it milky, and this is not doing it."
You ever been a cream vampire? Just
No, I used to flip creams at the
Oh, yeah, that's a sport.
It is
Mhm.
a sport.
We used to pop them at each other and then they would kick us out.
Would they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Pop pop.
That was back in the old days though.
Mm.
Sherry's action.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Actually.
Oh, yeah. Back when you could smoke in there.
Oh my
Mhm.
God.
Yeah, pretty
Not
nice.
bad pie. No, I had some pie there not too long ago. Had some warm pie with some ice cream. Not bad.
My boyfriend and I went to a Halloween party. We got an Uber back home. We're drunk and decided we were hungry, and we're talking about getting an Uber to go to Sherry's. And I'm like, well, why don't we just get DoorDash, because then we don't have to like go out, get an Uber there, get an Uber back. Like, let's just DoorDash it.
Yeah.
$80.
Jesus.
We got
Sounds awful.
2 breakfasts and a pie. $80.
A whole pie?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well,
But still,
that's a lot.
Yeah, but their
$80.
pies
I don't
are
Uber.
like-
I don't Uber anything. It's not worth it.
No.
Uber
It's all-
Anywhere or Uber Eats?
Uber Eats anything, any food.
Okay.
well,
It's-
normally we don't, but we were drunk, so we couldn't like just go.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
one or the other.
Yeah, and we weren't gonna like make food or anything. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning, and so
Yeah.
it was like either we were gonna Uber there, buy food, and Uber back, or we were just gonna get Uber Eats. But yeah, it ended up being like $80.
Well, as like a single person, you can't get anything pretty much for under $30 plus tip. You know, in
If you go to a sit down
DoorDash
restaurant.
or-
Oh,
no, I mean like
Yeah.
DoorDash. But I mean, yeah, actually, a sit down restaurant's like $50, honestly, if you have a
Jeez.
couple.
Jesus
drinks.
Christ, what are you getting?
Let's see. I got a steak salad, so a salad with steak on it. So I'm not gay.
So like 12.
Not that that's
12
wrong.
Like $12.
Doesn't that make you gay?
No.
I mean, I was asking.
And then a couple of Maker's Mark, and that was it. And I think it was 40. No, it was like 30. Actually, it was like $38, and so it ended up being like 45 or whatever.
Yeah, with a tip.
Yeah. Mhm. So
That's not too bad. That's for 2 makers. That's not too bad.
yeah,
Yeah.
makers are expensive.
yeah, but yeah, you basically and honestly, I think that the DoorDash thing is like moving the goalposts. You know, of like now inflation is understood, because you stop using DoorDash, but then you go to the place where you used to get DoorDash from, and it's pretty much the same
price. Yeah, not that far off.
Yeah, you had your Dash Pass, and that gave you free, delivery. But I think we're out of time, Roma.
Yeah, we're out of time. We
That stinks.
bullshitted our entire.
Yeah, we really
way through it.
food, lots of fast food and that.
I can't even do so.
We are food positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we're hungry.
I think we're hungry too.
Yeah.
I feel like it.
I haven't
All we
eaten-
did was talk about food.
Yeah, since my shitty burger,
What shitty burger?
the George Foreman one I got earlier.
Oh,
George Foreman.
His boiled burger.
Yeah.
I have salmon at home for me.
Isn't that nice, Roma?
It
Yeah.
is kind of nice.
Roma's
I'm
bougie.
coming over.
I can't do the sensible sociopath thing because of the video's all fucked up, but
Yeah. Well,
you can find us there. The sensible
Exactly.
sociopath podcast.com,
yeah.
where we have our merch. And then you can find us on Instagram at the Sensible Sociopath Podcast.
Mhm.
And you can find you at
Mm-hmm.
what is it? Stephen Paul Cast
Mhm.
On X.
On my older brother's platform, yes. Twitter X. Twitter or X.
Yeah.
Yes. But thanks for joining us, everybody. Are we taking next week off? I think
We
that's why we
are,
did our
yep.
Halloween or Christmas this week.
Yeah, I've got a party and
Oh, yeah.
Christmas shit.
That's a good one.
No.
Nice.
Oh, yes.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
We love y'all.
Have a good night.
See you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
would not be the same.
I like it.
No wonder my anxiety's so high.
Few people laughed. Few people cried.
Oh, what's in the box?
Most people were silent.
And that was it.
Now I am become death,
Sounds like a bad time.
the destroyer of worlds.
Yeah, so this doesn't seem like a great idea to me.
I suppose we all thought that, one way or another.
You didn't tell me any of that. That's crazy.
Well, Rama, when you're a hero, you don't tell everyone until you're on your podcast.
I'm about to hear some shit.
We all need to laugh.
I think just sitting down and, listening to
The Sensible Sociopath. This is the shit you're supposed to be watching.
Gen X is gonna love it. Millennials are gonna be like, I'm offended.
Also, my dog has a giant dick.
Oh my god, that's enormous.
I love it.
It's still a racist dog whistle.
Where you kind of have like a rotating cast of characters.
We're talking baby seals, eagles, wolves.
I'm just glad we're not going to have to eat with racism anymore.
It's worse than the butthole.
We're technically considered propaganda.
It is very contagious.
I think we really need to talk about environmentalism.
Like, are they studying pine cones?
Make yourself a nice stingray omelet. That's how Steve Irwin died. Cholesterol.
It's fucking delicious.
His father had ended up killing his mother and committing suicide.
In that order?
That's diabolical. I like it.
They had an apple gun where you could shoot Bigfoot.
Has she always been retarded?
I mean, she could have had a head injury.
You don't know anything about tartar sauce.
He had picked up a 400-pound statue and was like walking around with it.
Was the statue racist?
I'd like to think so.
It's like how they invented bacon and avocado to make a turkey sandwich tolerable.
I have a fear of fire.
Like a werewolf? Daniel, you've been our greatest viewer. Well, Daniel and Sarah and Katrina.
Daniel!